Alright you guys, I'm going to update you today on my experience as far as service goes in Peabody, Mass. But before I do that, I'm going to ask you for something in exchange, and that is to like and subscribe to my channel. Appreciate it. Alright, today I am heading all the way to Peabody, Mass. That is the closest Tesla service store, whatever, to me, and it's going to take me an hour and 50 minutes to get there. Lovely. Not happy that I have to travel this far, but I have no other options, but it is what it is. Anyways, I gotta get the dent and the scratch fixed on my car, along with the water that's coming in up here that I noticed when I purchased the vehicle. So it's about 3 weeks plus a few days later since I purchased it. And that was the soonest available appointment that they had for me. So I am going to head there and get my car fixed, and details about that are that I have to sit and apparently wait. The appointment is at 1:30, and I know that they close at 7, and they told me if they need to keep the car for more than 2 days, they will give me a rental. But if it's less than that time, they will give me a $100 Uber credit. So that prompted me to look and see how much an Uber would be 2 hours away from me to get back home if I need to, and it's $150. So I will either have to have somebody come get me, which isn't really realistic, or literally take an Uber all the way home and pay $150. So I'll be $50 out of pocket, and then figure out how to get back down to get my car. So yeah, I mean, they should just give me a rental if I have to leave it. Plain and simple, it shouldn't be 2 days. So I'll let you know how that turns out. But anyways, the car says that round trip I'll be left at 3% when I get home. So unless they charge it for me while I'm there, I'm definitely going to have to hit up a supercharger on the way back too. So that's going to be another, probably 20 bucks out of pocket. But hey, whatever. I mean, I'm saving a ton of money in gas, and I'm super happy with the vehicle, and I'm really actually not even complaining about this, because honestly it gives me another excuse to take a little road trip and drive the car, because I am always looking for an excuse to drive this thing. So I'll keep you updated throughout the day, let you know how it goes. Good thing is this place is right next to like a mall, so I'll definitely be able to keep myself entertained, and I'm sure they have internet, and I got a ton of work to do on my laptop, so I'll probably be spending the majority of my time just sitting there working as I would at home, basically. Alright, so I finally made it, and just want to show you something right quick before I give them the car. So I charged here my phone the whole way. There's no sunglass holder like anywhere in this car, by the way. I have usually it's up here, that's why I kind of did that. But I do have an accessory coming from a company to put in the car and use that. I will share that with you, but check it out. Here are two charging ports where I charged my iPad and my AirPods the whole way down. So that's pretty handy if you didn't know that those are conveniently located right there. All right, so this is where you walk into the service department to check in and all that. So those folks are waiting for their car. And then over here, there's a bunch of seats, as you can see. Those ones on the left is where I set up shop. You can get a coffee. Oh, and they had a little candy at the front desk. So here is where I sat and literally hung out probably for 2 to 3 hours. Right, I just got a notification in the app, and it said that my car is ready to be done or picked up. My car is done, and so that's where I'm heading, across the street from the mall. All right, so quick update for you before I head out of here. I am obviously sitting in my car, and my service appointment is complete. So they fixed a couple of dents on my car. I know you only know about one. I noticed that at the time of pickup of the vehicle when I first got it, and reported in the app and scheduled this appointment to have it fixed, that and a little scratch on the back of the car. But I noticed actually here recently, I've had the car for 3 weeks now, that it looks like I have a dent in the hood, and it's a small dent. Well, actually size of like a baseball, but what I mean by small is it doesn't go in real deep. It's just real, just kind of dents a little bit. So when I got here, I was like, hey, look at the hood here. Am I crazy? Is there a dent here? Because sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. And it was raining out and we could not see it, both of us. I said, but when you get it in there, would you mind, like looking at it? Because I'd like to get that fixed, whether I got to pay for it or not. If I'm already here, your dent guy's coming. If there is a dent, I want it fixed. And he's like, yeah, no problem. He was real good about it. So anyways, when I picked up the car, when it was done, he said, yes, sure enough, I got it cleaned up, dried off, whatever, looked at it at certain angles, and there was a dent. And it was no problem for the dent guy. He saw it right away and he popped it out. No charge. So I'm really happy about that. I know that I didn't do anything to the car, not in my presence where I physically saw it or anything. So really it could have been there when I picked up the car for the first time. So I was really glad that they took care of that. I really appreciate it, because they didn't have to, right? So you do have to, if there's anything wrong with your car at the time of pickup, when you first purchased it, you have to report within 100 miles. If there's anything wrong. So I technically didn't report it. So the little water piece up here, it kind of comes in when I wash the vehicle, not when it rains, only when I wash it. They basically said nothing we can do about that. Keep an eye on it. Too bad. So, honestly, I'm not really worried about that either, because it doesn't leak in the vehicle or anything like that. And it is quite possible that I'm just hitting that area with the hose just right, and that could be causing issues. So next time I wash it, I'm just gonna kind of wash in the other direction, see if it happens, and then next time I wash it after that, kind of spray the hose in that area and see if that's what's causing it, which it probably is. So again, not super worried about that. It's not really causing an issue. It's not getting in the interior of the car or anything like that. It's very small water amount, and it dries up pretty quickly. All right. Even if it means every time I got to wash my car and I have a tiny bit of water there and I open it and just wipe it, it's really not a big deal, in my opinion. Okay. Not much sets me off, if you didn't notice. I'm pretty easygoing, and if it's not a big deal, it's not a big deal. And I just got to move on with life. I got other stuff going on. All right. So it's minor to me. So that's that. One other thing, it took me about 2 hours to get down here, just about 2 hours. So I used up definitely some charge on the car, and I definitely would have had to charge on the way home, which is fine. It would have charged for 10 minutes to get me home, whatever. But they actually juiced my vehicle up while I was here. So I'm starting off at 90%. So I can just zoom straight home. So if you get a service appointment and they have your car for some bit, they charge your car for you. So that's pretty awesome. If you ask me anyways, especially since I have to come from a long distance away. So I don't know if they do that for everybody, but they did for me, and I appreciate it. So anyways, I'm in Peabody, Mass. Again, this is the closest service station area, whatever, for Tesla. And they did a great job. They were real nice to me, took care of me, and I'm a happy camper. So I'm heading home. One other thing about pickup. I dropped off at 1:30 and the car was ready just about at 5:30. So I didn't sit around all day long, and that wasn't too long if you ask me. 4 hours, whatever. They have them all across the street, which I enjoyed. Bought myself some new Vans for lifting. I haven't tried Vans before for lifting. I don't know if anybody else has, but I keep seeing them around. Like and subscribe, please.